about the definition of correlation, the types of correlation. They are cross correlation and autocorrelation. And I have solved one like some examples on cross correlation as well as on autocorrelation also. Hope you all have understood with the examples.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty in that part?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, let's move ahead. Today we will discuss about the properties of cross correlation and autocorrelation. So please write these properties parallelly. Just note down that points. The cross correlation is not commutative. What does it mean? Hope you all know the commutative property. What is commutative property? Hello.
A plus B is equal to B plus A.
Is A plus B equals to B plus A. So we have yesterday we have calculated the examples of cross correlation as well as autocorrelation. So by looking at the answers of cross correlation, are they satisfying symmetry condition?
No.
No. So that's why the first property is that the cross correlation is not a commutative. So that means we can write the statement as R xy of L is equals to R yx of minus L. So this is one of the statements. The second point is the autocorrelation sequence is an even function. The second one is the autocorrelation sequence is an even function. Autocorrelation function is even function. What does it mean? जैसे कि हमने कल के एग्जांपल में देखे थे वहां पे, if you look at into the answer, it is satisfying the symmetry condition, right? So that means uh, at zeroth value it has a symmetry over the right side as well as the left side. Okay, so that means the second point is the autocorrelation sequence is an even function, so that we can write it as R xx of L is equals to R xx of minus L. So this is the second property. Now the third point is the cross correlation is an equivalent to convolution of one sequence with folded version of another sequence. As we have derived this expression yesterday, right? R xy of L, that means the relation in convolution and the cross correlation, we can write it as R xy of L is equals to x of L convoluted with y of minus L. Getting this point? Okay. So these are the three properties. Let us move to the fourth one. Fourth point is the autocorrelation sequence attains maximum value at zero lag. That is L equals to 0. That means what does it indicate is magnitude Rxx of L is less than or equals to Rxx of 0, which we are writing it as simply Ex. So this we can prove very easily. What is the formula of autocorrelation? Can anyone tell me? The formula of autocorrelation. What is the formula?
Rxx of L is equal to summation n from minus infinity to infinity x of n minus L.
Okay, so this is what our formula, like Rxx of L equals to n equals to minus infinity to infinity x of n minus L. If I substitute L equals to 0 here, then what will happen is Rxx of 0 is equals to n equals to minus infinity to infinity x of n into x of n, क्योंकि L यहाँ पे 0 हुआ अभी, so x of n into x of n. So this will be equals to x square of n. Can you tell me what is this formula? Summation n equals to minus infinity to infinity x square of n is the formula of anybody? What is the formula of energy? How to find the energy of the signal? How to find the energy of the signal? कोई बताएंगे? Yes. How we are finding the energy of the signal? Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
What is the formula of energy signal? So it is n equals to energy signal n equals to minus infinity magnitude x square of n. So यहाँ पे n equals to minus infinity x square of n. So this part simply we are expressing it as ex, मतलब energy of the signal, right? So that means the autocorrelation sequence attains a maximum value at zero lag. So that means L equals to जब zero रहता है तब वो proper signal का energy आपका maximum रहता है. So that means so Rxx of 0 equals to it has a maximum energy of the signal. Then second, that is last point is the cross correlation sequence satisfies the condition of Rxx of L less than or equals to Rxx of L less than or equals to square root of Rxx of 0 into Rxx of sorry R by y of 0. So that means simply we will write it as square root of Ex into Ey. So this is how gives the limit of upper value of the equation. So that means so this particular point will give you the upper limit of the given equation Rxy of L. So these are all some of the properties, and you may expect a theory question on this part. They will ask you about like explain or write the properties of cross correlation and autocorrelation. What is the first property? Anybody can you summarize? The first property is
Cross correlation is not commutative.
correlation is not commutative. Then second,
The autocorrelation
autocorrelation is
given number.
Given a function.
even sequence. Then third one, the relation in convolution and cross correlation. How we are writing that? The correlation can
Cross
be
correlation is
huh,
equivalent to convolution of one sequence with folded version of another sequence.
very good. That is third one. And what about fourth point? The fourth point is
Autocorrelation sequence attains maximum value at zero lag.
autocorrelation sequence attains maximum value at zero lag. And last point, the fifth one is the cross correlation sequence satisfies the condition magnitude Rxy of L less than or equals to square root of Ex and Ey. So it is the product of the energy of the first sequence as well as the energy of the second sequence. So these are the properties of cross correlation and autocorrelation. Hope you understood. Any confusion here?
So can
No,
you
sir.
play the slide which contains third property?
Third one, okay. This one. What is the route here?
No, sir, equation लिहायचं राहिलं.
Okay, okay. So this derivation already we have derived yesterday. Rxy of L equals to x of L convoluted with y of minus L. Or
Yes, sir.
is my
No, sir.
slides are visible properly? Any difficulty in
Yes,
that
sir.
part? Can I move next?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then here some of the examples you just note down and you just solve it by yourself. These are all asked in the examination. Note down the question. some of the problems on correlation. The first one is find cross correlation of two finite length sequences. Find cross correlation of two finite length sequences. X of n equals to 1, comma, minus 1, comma, 1, comma, 2, and h of n equals to 1, comma, 2, comma, 1, comma, minus 1. So this question was asked in April 2016 for 5 marks, I think it is. 5 marks or 4 marks. Then next, second question. Second question. Find the cross correlation of sequence. Find the cross correlation of sequence. X of n equals to 1, comma, 2, comma, 1, comma, 1, and y of n equals to 1, comma, 1, comma, 2, comma, 1. So this question was asked in May 2018 for 4 marks again. May 2018 for 4 marks. Then next question is compute autocorrelation of the following sequence. Compute autocorrelation of the following sequence. In that first one is x of n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second one is 2, 2, 4, 4. Or can I move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You just solve these examples and tell me the answer in tomorrow's lecture. Right. So now let us understand digital transfer function. What is transfer function? Anybody? What is transfer function? Definition of transfer
Ratio of Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input.
Okay, it is the ratio of Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input. Output by input or input by output?
Output by input.
Okay, it is output by input. No problem. Okay, so then suppose let me check here. So then what we will write is this I need to change. This is actually charge set equals to charge set. Just a minute. Charge set equals to now. So if you look at into this diagram, what you can understand with this? If you look at into the diagram, so I will just consider an LTI system with the impulse response h of n, and the input for this LTI system is x of n. And if I want to calculate y of n, what I can write? Y of n क्या लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे? I can write it as y of n equals to x of n convoluted with h of n. As the name it is indicating as the digital transfer function, so we have to calculate it for the discrete time function, not for the continuous time function. So as you have mentioned the definition of Laplace transform, so that is used to analyze continuous time function. If it is a digital transfer function, or if it is, then we have to use a Z transform. Now this is y of n equals to, we are writing it as x of n convoluted with h of n. Okay. Then if I apply Z transform to this, what will happen? कोई बताएंगे मुझे? If I apply Z transform to this equation, y of n will become as what?
Y of Z.
Y of z, and then x of n will become as x of z, and h of n will become as h of z, right? But we have looked at one property in z domain or z transform. The convolution in time domain will be equals to what in z domain?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Very good. So that means what I can write simply. So y of n equals to, I will write it as x of z into h of z. अभी यहाँ से हम h of z कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. So then I can write simply h of z equals to, ये उल्टा हुआ है, right? H of z equals to, we will write it as x of h of z equals to, it is y of z divided by x of z. Okay. So now this last equation, what we are calling? We are calling it as a digital transfer function, or simply we are calling it as system function. Have understood the definition of digital transfer function?
Yes, sir.
Noted the equations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us this equation 1, 2, 3, you can give the numbers. Equation 3, we are calling it as the digital transfer function, or simply we are calling it as a system function. So you may ask me here why we have used a Z transforms or why not Laplace transform. ठीक है, जब Z transform specifically we are using to understand or analyze only discrete time function, और उसको हम digital transfer function form में लिखना है. So for that purpose I am using it as a Z transform. Okay. So now let us discuss on the stability and causality based on this transfer function. So let us take the point first. Here the characteristics of any system such as causality or stability can be understood with the help of pole zero pattern or by looking at the ROC. So you need to remember here one point. So how we are understanding the characteristic of any system is, characteristics of any system like causality and stability can be understood with the help of pole zero pattern. You just underline that point, and the ROC of the given system function. Pole zero pattern and the ROC of the given system function. Okay, so that is the first point. Here I mentioned that it can be understood or it can be understood with the help of pole zero pattern and ROC of the transfer function h of z. Now let us see the conditions for causality, right? So condition क्या है causality के लिए? Can anyone tell me? If I want to say that the system is causal, then what is its condition in terms of impulse response? Anybody? What do you mean by causal system or the causal signal?
The function should depend on past and present values only.
Okay, the function should depend on past and present values only. So that we are calling it as a causal signal or the causal system. Like in terms of impulse response, how do you define it? Or let us understand. Here, for the system to be causal, its impulse response h of n must be equal to 0 for n less than 0. क्या मतलब है इसका? For system to be causal, its impulse response h of n must be equal to 0 for n less than 0. So that means the signal or the impulse response h of n value will present only from 0 to infinity and will be 0 less than 0 value. Getting my point? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Or else we are calling it simply as a right sided sequence. मतलब जो सिग्नल आपका सिर्फ राइट साइडेड प्रेजेंट है, we are calling it as only the right sided sequence. So this is one condition, right? And what about other condition is, alternatively, if the system is causal, then ROC for h of z will be outside the outermost pole. Are you getting this point? अगर आपका sequence right sided है, then what will be the ROC? We have discussed this term in a Z transform. If the given function is right sided sequence, then what will be its ROC? Anybody? Hello?
Yes.
If the given system is right sided function, then what will be its ROC? Magnitude z greater than a, बराबर. If it is a to the power n of n अगर आपका function है, then its ROC will be magnitude z greater than a. मतलब आपका ROC will be outside the a value. Then, so this is what the conditions you need to remember, that how the system is to be causal. One is, first, the impulse response h of n must be equal to 0 for n less than 0, and the system is causal if its ROC will be outside the outermost pole. So this is for the causality case. Then the next is, if the system is stable, when the system we are calling it as stable, then its impulse response h of n must be absolutely summable. Means the magnitude, that is summation n equals to minus infinity to infinity, magnitude h of n should be less than infinite. Then only we are calling the system as stable system. If system is stable, so that means its impulse response should be absolutely summable. Or a causal system is stable if poles of h of z lies inside the unit circle in the z plane, right? So that means the system को हम stable बोल सकते हैं if it is absolutely summable, or if all the poles are laying inside the unit circle. Now suppose if you want to say the system both stable and causal, then let us understand the condition. The ROC must include the unit circle and it must be outside the outermost pole. If we want to say the system both stable and causal, then the ROC must include the unit circle. मतलब वो value 1 के पहले रहना चाहिए. So that means it should be less than the 1 value and it must be outside the outermost pole. Then also, alternatively, we can say that the system is said to be stable and causal if all the poles should lie inside the unit circle in the z plane. So this is how about the characteristics of a system can be understood with the help of pole zero pattern and the ROC of a transfer function. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us take one small example on this. Have you noted these points?
Sir, 2 minutes.
Okay, can I move to the next part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us take the example now. Write down the question. Determine whether the system described below is causal and stable. Determine whether the system described below is causal and stable. So that is h of z equals to 2z plus 1 divided by 2z plus 1 divided by z square plus z minus 5 by 16. तो अभी हमें यहाँ पे we need to calculate the poles first, right? The pole zero pattern we need to identify. तो कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे poles इसके? How do we find the poles of the given transfer function? Anybody?
डिनॉमिनेटरचे रूट फाइंड करायचे.
Denominatorचे roots find करायचा. Okay. Can you calculate that? Can you calculate? So this is the way how we can calculate. Like the roots we will get it as, यहाँ पे 2 मैं common ले रहा हूँ, so I will write it as 2 into z plus 1 by 2 divided by, as it is a quadratic equation, so apply that formula, standard formula, so by which you can understand what is the standard formula here. If the given sequence is like ax square plus bx plus c will be equals to 0, then simply we can calculate the value of x as minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So directly using calculators you can calculate the roots. Okay. So here z plus 5 by 4 and z minus 1 by 4 आ गया है. So what are the poles? Anybody?
minus 5 by 4 and 1 by 4.
Okay, minus 5 by 4 and 1 by 4 again. Okay. Then, so this is the way how we are writing it again. From equation, above equation, the poles are z equals to minus 5 by 4. So which I will write it as simply minus 1.25 and z equals to 1 by 4. What does it indicate? Now by looking at this pole pattern, we need to decide whether the given system is stable system and causal system. Condition क्या है उसका? What is the condition of causal? For causal system, क्या रहना चाहिए? If I want to call the system as, if I want to check the whether the given system is causal and stable, so what are its condition?
n less than 0.
Yes, the condition, if I want to call the system stable and causal, the first condition is that all the poles should lay inside the unit circle. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? One pole is laying outside the unit circle, that is 1.25, right? So based on that, we can say that since one of the pole is laying outside the unit circle, that is at z equals to minus 1.25, the system is not both causal and stable. क्योंकि ये condition satisfy नहीं हो रहा. Understood? Any confusion here?
No, sir.
Can I move to the next example? Can I move to the next
Yes,
example?
sir.
Okay. Let us take this example. अभी इसका आंसर आपको मुझे बताना है. Take second example, like h of z equals to 1 plus 2z inverse divided by 1 plus 14 by 8 z inverse plus 49 by 64 z power minus 2. First convert a negative power into positive power and calculate its roots for the denominator function. आता आंसर. So this is the root. So it is z into z plus 2 divided by z plus 7 by 8 square आता है. Right? If you expand this equation, you will get the above equation. Now what is the pole here?
minus 7 by 8.
Z equals to
minus 7 by 8.
z equals to minus 7 by 8. So whether this value is less than 1,
Yes.
Yes.
it is less than 1. So क्या लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे? Therefore the location of both the poles are z equals to minus 7 by 8. So that means since all the poles are laying inside the unit circle in the z plane, the system is both causal and stable. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is the way how we can calculate whether the given system is stable and causal based on the pole zero pattern. Okay. Now let us take one more example. Just write down the question. I think I have left with another 6 minutes. Take one more example. A causal system has input x of n and output y of n. Find the impulse response of the system. Find the impulse response of the system if these are the given question. X of n equals to delta of n plus 1 by 4 delta of n minus 1 minus 1 by 8 delta of n minus 2. The second point is y of n equals to delta of n minus 3 by 4 delta of n minus 1. So here you have to remember the steps first. So अभी हमें पहला क्या करना है? So as I want to calculate the impulse response. Impulse response means what? H of n, right? As I want to calculate the value of h of n, तो अभी directly तो calculate नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे. So in this case, what we need to do is first we need to calculate the transfer function h of z और उसको inverse z transform apply करना है आपको, right? So first we will calculate a transfer function h of z by taking a z transform of above equation. So if I write a z transform of the first equation, what I will write instead of x of n, if I apply z transform, then I will write it as x of z, which will be equals to delta n के लिए 1 plus this 1 by 4 will remain as it is multiplied with z transform of delta of n minus 1 will be z inverse minus 1 by 8 z power minus 2, and similarly for the second equation. So this we have got it as the value of x of z and y of z. Barabar? Any difficulty here?
No, sir.
Now we can calculate a transfer function. तो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन क्या लिख सकते हैं अभी? How do you write a transfer function? H of z equals to y of z divided by x of z. So right here the transfer function or the system function we are writing it as h of z equals to y of z by x of z, which will be equals to simply substitute the value of both. So 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse divided by 1 plus 1 by 4 z inverse minus 1 by 8 z power minus 2. Okay, so then so this can be written as just find its roots. So 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse. So then so if the time is over in between, please rejoin again. So we'll continue for another 10-20 minutes. So such that I will complete this part today. By partial fraction expansion we get. तो अभी इसको हम partial fraction expansion use करना है. So we'll get it as h of z equals to. Hope you all know like how to apply a partial fraction to this. Right? Any confusion?
No, sir.
So just using partial fraction expansion, we will calculate the value of a and b. So यहाँ पे h of z equals to -2/3 divided by 1 minus 1/4 z inverse plus 5/3 divided by 1 plus 1/2 z inverse. So this is what a transfer function we have calculated. Now we want to apply a inverse Z transform to this. So as in a question, it is given that a causal system means what? Causal system means what is the ROC? If it is a causal system, the ROC will be outside the outermost pole. That means right-sided sequence रहता है. ठीक है? So that means it is a right-sided sequence Z transform we need to write. So that we can write it as it is given in the question that the system is causal, h of n equals to 0 for n less than 0, then we can write simply the function as a minus 2/3, a constant term hai. So as it is, I am just writing minus 2/3 as it is rahega. And it is like 1 divided by 1 minus 1/4 z inverse. So that is like simply z transform of a power n u of n. The value of a is here 1/4. So that means simply we can write it as this way. So it is minus 2/3, 1/4 is to the power n u of n plus 5/3 into minus 1/2 to the power n u of n. So this is the way how we are calculating the impulse response. Understood? Any confusion here? तो यहाँ पे steps क्या याद रखना है आपको? First, you need to apply a Z transform to the given difference equation for the given function. Then second step is calculate transfer function. After calculating transfer function, apply partial fraction expansion method. Then calculate its inverse Z transform.